Test, test, 1, 2. Okay, sound good. Cool. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Madden Bowl. Today we have the Denver Broncos hosting the Seattle Seahawks in Game 1 of the 31-game tournament, if my math is correct, which it's typically not. But Game 1 of Madden Bowl, here we go. Let's see what did we get? I know I can random. There we go. Game 1, 1 p.m. I don't care what the commentary team is. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Rules are simple. Sudden death, you lose, you're out. The Seahawks and the Broncos will be taking each other on today. Let's see. My brain is blanking. So me and my brother, when we were younger, would do this every single season and every single game that would come out. So we started from Madden 02, worked our way up every single year, every single team would play each other, duke it out, battle, and last team standing was the winner. And I've decided to bring it to YouTube. I'm sure other people have done this before, but it's my own fun little spin on it. This, however, will be the first time I do one of these with the new kickoff setup. So let's see, here we go. And the kick is away. First kickoff of the Madden Bowl. Takes it to the 25, gets it to about the 27. Here comes the Broncos. The Broncos are going to start us off today on offense. Let's see if Bo Nix can drive the Broncos down the field and get the first score of the game. A lot of questions concerning the Broncos offense this year. New scheme. We've seen what they've been doing in real life. Has been, it's been consistent. It's been conservative. We'll see what they can do offensively this year. Handoff. Oh, and the Seahawks. Ernest Jones lights them up in the backfield for a loss of 2, and you can see the confusion on Bo Nix's face there. Seemed like he hesitated in the pocket back there. We'll see if they can make up for it on this play. Lining up in shotgun. Looking to pass. Looks, throws. Gets a big gain of 11 on the play. 3rd and 1. Making up for the loss on the first play. We'll see if they can continue that movement. Bo Nix. Seeming to change the play, a toss. He busts up. McLaughlin gets 7 yards on the play, and we have an injury. Now, if you don't know the rule, oh my goodness. Quite angry on the field, or on the sideline there, Murphy is. Now, the rules for injury in this tournament, due to me playing it in an exhibition, obviously the injuries won't carry over. If Murphy has suffered a severe injury and the Seahawks win, he will be out for the next game and will be brought back in for the 3rd game if they win, if they make it to the quarterfinals. Woo! Evan Ingram on the catch, but he's lit up. Doesn't lose any yardage, but man, he will be feeling that later. Seahawks defense has been pretty solid thus far. Bo Nix has been able to complete his passes, but man, they are just stuffing the Broncos offensively right now. My word. We knew this would come, that this would be a tough game coming in for the Broncos. Their offense has been a bit of a big question, especially when they when they don't have a run game. And the Seahawks are an exceptionally solid defense, and there it is. The pass breakup, 4th and 9. Probably going punt situation here. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what the Seahawks can do offensively as the Broncos are stuffed. Chopped the clock down to 5:20. And a fair catch is called. Ball at the 21. And here comes Sam Darnold. Probably one of the most consistent and best quarterbacks last season on the Vikings. His 2023 stats are abysmal at 297, but in 2024 with the Vikings, he posted over 4,000 yards and led the Vikings to the playoffs, in which they unfortunately lost for them. Well, unfortunately for them, I'm a Lions fan, so I don't care. Good riddance. Get out of my playoffs. Handoff to Kenneth Walker, and the defense of the Broncos light him up, only for a gain of 1. This is going to be a very defensive battle for both teams. The Broncos coming in at quite possibly the number 1 defense in the league, and the Seahawks are also quite the exceptional defense. And here comes, lit him up in the backfield this time. Singleton. Big hit. If you like defense, this is going to be the game for you, folks. Quite a big hit in the backfield. 3rd and 11. Broncos going to try to make quick work of this Seahawks offense. Holding the pocket. Sam Darnold's going to take off. Woo! Patrick Surtain on the, I guess it's a tackle, but man, Sam Darnold took off. We don't see him do that very often. But man, he took off with some speed there. Almost got the first down, but falls short at 4th and 6. The Broncos completely suffocating the Seahawks offense there. 3 big plays in a row. What a punt. Wow. Holy crap. That was a legit punt there. Got him all the way backed up into the 19. The Broncos now quickly coming back out onto the field. Bo Nix is hopefully going to try and get this offense rolling and at least get them into field goal range. We'll see if Bo Nix can lead them there. If the Broncos defense can consistently keep up that momentum and keep up that consistency, it's going to be hard for the Seahawks to score at all in this game. It's going to end up being a Broncos win if the Broncos can consistently just suffocate the Seahawks offense. The Seahawks have got to get something moving on offense. They can't be playing like that if they want to win this game. Big play there from Bo Nix. Big pass. Looked away for a second. I didn't see who he passed it to. I want to say it was Evan Ingram who got the pass there. Could very well be wrong. Bo Nix in shotgun again. Looking throws. Oh, here we go. Big chunk play again. Got about 15. Toss to the tight end. Troutman. The solid hand. And just that pass is just completely broken up by that cross. Number 13 just could not keep up. Got mixed up with his own players. And it leads to a big chunk play. Ball in the 50 now. They can move the ball forward. Be the first time they get into enemy territory. McLaughlin, no gain there, gets stuffed. So far, it's been tough running for the Broncos at the moment. Only 12 yards on 5 carries. It's been a concern for the Broncos, that run game. They've got to get it moving if they want to give Bo Nix a break. They cannot completely lead, or they cannot solely rely on Bo Nix to make plays. You can't have him throwing the ball 40 times and trying to get stuff going. Another big play to Troutman there. Big catch. For almost a first down. It's 3rd and short. Good solid yard here. We'll see if they hand it off, if they try to trust the run game. They do. Line him up! He's lit up in the backfield. Lawrence. Oh, golly, just kicked the man while he was down and just completely stuffs the run. And McLaughlin, the frustration on the face, and number 69 was blocking his own man on the edge there, blocking number 1. And the Broncos, all that momentum, all those big plays just completely go away. Great punt. Got it all the way down to the 4. And man, I really thought they were picking up momentum there. But man, a huge momentum turning play there from the Seahawks defense. They came through when they needed to. Now, the Seahawks offense, they have to reward that defensive play. They have to reward it with a score. At least 3 points here. Let's see if they can do that. Backed up in very, very dangerous territory. Handoff to Kenneth Walker. And a big play for about 13. Oh, about 14 actually. Oh, we have another injury, number 49. I believe that's Singleton. He made the big play earlier. That could be detrimental. He is a very key player in this defense. That's a big play for the Seahawks there. Finally have some breathing room. Can breathe a little bit better now that they're not on the 4-yard line. Another handoff to Kenneth Walker. And it is just completely stuffed. No blocking. Drake Greenlaw, a defensive tackle. And somebody else. I didn't see who it was, but 3 men all in the backfield on that play. I don't know where the linemen were going, but man, they just completely missed out on that entire defensive line there. And a linebacker. Handoff to Kenneth Walker again, and it is stuffed again. This time by Bonito and Greenlaw. Big play there. Greenlaw had a big play just a minute ago, but this time the Broncos are like, yeah, that's not happening again. We're not going to let that happen. 3rd and long. Sam Darnold going to take off again. This time he'll get a first down, and he'll take a hit. Not afraid to get hit there. And Sam Darnold celebrating a little bit there. Big play from Darnold. He does not slide. If you're a Tua fan or a Trevor Lawrence fan, you may have been panicking there a little bit, fearing for a concussion. But Sam Darnold, he lowered that shoulder and drove through. First quarter over. Obviously, pretty defensive game thus far. 0-0 score. Neither team has been able to really break that 50-yard line yet. We'll see if the Seahawks can do it. Pass. And it is just locked up for about a 5-yard gain, my bad. 5-yard gain there for the Seattle Seahawks. Ball on the 36, 2nd and 5. Been pretty evenly matched up here so far. Another handoff to Kenneth Walker. He drives through the block and for a first down. 22 yards totaled for Kenneth Walker. And obviously, the Seahawks have that secure running back in the backfield in Kenneth Walker. They can trust that if Sam Darnold, if they start locking Sam Darnold up, they can hand it off to Kenneth Walker and not worry too much about it. Toss to the man, but it is, oh my goodness, shut down. Greenlaw again, just locking him up at the line of scrimmage. But that could very easily be the difference in this game. Even though the Broncos defense could be better putting the pressure on, Sam Darnold finally slides. He takes off for a third time. Even though the Broncos defense may be better, it could all just lead up to the Seahawks having a better key player in the backfield, having somebody that they believe in Kenneth Walker, who can take off and run with the ball, and oh my goodness, just completely stuffed. 4th and 7. And again, they're stopped before they can break the 50-yard line. It really has been a back and forth per play. A lot of big chunk plays and then a lot of just horrible stuff. Wow, he just launched it into the end zone. Not a chance of it getting fielded into a good position there. Sad punt. And here comes Bo Nix and the Broncos offense. Gonna try and dial up some scores here, man. We'll see if they start changing up the play calling. Obviously, it's been working well enough to move the ball, but not into a scoring range. We'll see if they start getting a little more aggressive. Man, they just stuffed the run again. That's gonna become a key thing in the tournament. Is a lot of teams are going to be trying to stop the pass. It's become a passing league, and you've got to have a sure hand in the backfield to hand it off to if your passing game starts getting shut down. And obviously, Bellinix, who the heck is Bellinix? Bo Nix has been held to 53 yards passing so far, and McLaughlin just has not been able to help the man in the backfield. 3rd and 3. Could be looking at another just 3-and-out drive here offensively. Handoff to McLaughlin. No, he's gonna be short. Knight. McLaughlin almost got there, was almost able to extend the drive, but it's led down to 4th and inches. And they're going to punt it away. They're not going to try and do the quarterback sneak here. Punts it away. Probably going to be fair catch and ball, and some pretty good field position there for the Seahawks. A ball on the 32. Only have to get about 18 yards to break, or 19 yards to break the 50-yard line. Can't quite remember who their kicker is at the moment. But they at least have to get the ball down within the 40-yard line to even field a long kick, and that's a stretch. That's stretching the kick out. There he goes, Kenneth Walker. Good play there, 6 yards. One more like that, they have a first down easy. We'll see if they can duplicate that play again. Another big factor coming into this game is going to be wear and tear. It's going to be fatigue. If the Seahawks can stay consistently making the Broncos having to make plays, it's going to wear down that Broncos defense no matter how good they are. That could also lead to one of these sides finally breaking, finally getting some movement here. And Sam Darnold finally has his first big toss of the game. See if he can duplicate. We can see if he can start duplicating those plays too. Check it. Oh, here we go. Check down. I almost said to Noah Fant. My word, that man just got obliterated on the sideline. 2nd and 1. Finally breaking that field. Finally breaking the 50. Ball in the 41 now. We could have our first score of the game if Sam Darnold can get 1 or 2 more first downs here. 11 wide open, but so is number 1. Big play. MVS. Chopping the field nearly in half. Busted coverage. And the Seahawks are on the 14-yard line, scoring range now. Can we see the first touchdown of the Madden Bowl era? Fake handoff to Kenneth. Looks. He's going to run. Here he goes. Slides for a gain of 6. Man, if that was Lamar Jackson in the backfield, man, he could have just burnt that middle linebacker in the middle of the field there. He just had no reaction to Sam Darnold taking it up the field. He barely even tackled him. Slid into his hands. Here he is. Oh, almost. Chopped it down to the 1-yard line. Just reach out and could have had the touchdown there. But man, ball on the 1. We'll see if they hand it off to Kenneth Walker. 1st and goal. Yes! And the first touchdown of the Madden Bowl goes to Kenneth Walker. 1-yard touchdown. Spikes the ball, and the Seahawks have taken the lead. A short punt and some very consistent chunk plays lead to a Seahawks touchdown. And the kick is good. Seahawks are up 7-0. 68 yards in 2 minutes with a minute left until halftime, folks. So far, it's been a fun game. Been pretty defensive, but it's still been a fun game. No sacks. No major errors in fumbling or interceptions thus far. We'll see if the Broncos can answer back before halftime runs out. Ball down about the 25. If you're the Broncos, you've got to be thinking, okay, we've got to get something moving. We can't have these short plays anymore. We got to start setting up. We got to start getting short little chippy plays and start lighting up that back or that secondary. They've got to break the secondary here. They haven't been able to do it so far. Just been held to where the linebackers are. Oh! Took a shot and almost intercepted. Maybe a little too aggressive there from Bo Nix. Can't be making mental errors like that if you're going to score a touchdown. Or if you're going to get a play at all, for that matter. Here it goes. Woo! Good hit. labeled as 3rd and inches there. See if they try to hand it off to McLaughlin again. I'm sure he's wanting to make up for that 3rd down that we seen earlier where he was just lit up and stuffed. 1 3rd down conversion for the Broncos so far will... Oh, they're going to go pass directly. A bullet. And they get the 1st down. Evan Ingram on the play. Just a bullet. Wow. Almost threw it too low for Evan. But he gets a big chunk there. Leads them to the 50. Let's see if they can cross it themselves. Fake handoff. Throws again. There it is. I keep wanting to say Tim Patrick, but it's Valet. Tim Patrick wore 17 when he played for the Broncos, and just keep forgetting that he's on the Lions. But Valet there. That's exactly what they needed. They're in field goal range now. It'd be a longer one. Bo Nix. Oh no! Mental error! He hesitated. He started to go out of the pocket. He stopped, looked again, and just gave him enough time to shed that block and get sacked. You see him in the pocket there. He's mad. Livid. Can't tell if he's mad at his lineman or at himself. A timeout here with 4 seconds left. I assume they're going to take the field goal and try to fix it in halftime. They started really moving the ball down the field, but that sack really just killed the momentum for them. It's a long field goal attempt here. Ball in the 37. The kick is up. And it's good. Will Lutz. Big field goal there for the Broncos, and there's just a second left on the clock. Four-point game. The Seahawks are most likely going to get the ball unless they deferred. The Seahawks will have a chance after halftime to make this a 2-score game. Broncos are going to make them do an offensive play. Let's see if they just take a knee or if they take a shot here. I don't necessarily think you need to take a shot. You're up. Just take the knee, go into halftime, make some adjustments. And doesn't look like they're going to listen to me. They kind of look like they might be in Hail Mary formation. Nope. Almost sacked. Lights it up. Big catch. But hit out of bounds. I don't think he caught it. I think he dropped it on the hit. Oh, man. Got aggressive play calling there for the Seahawks. That first quarter and about halfway until the end of the second quarter, it was very back and forth, defensive plays, but the Seahawks just opened it up. They came out onto the field and I assume they made an adjustment, and they just hit that secondary hard, hit the secondary of the Broncos hard. Able to completely crack the defense and score. Pound it in for 7 points. Let's see if they can replicate that drive here in the third quarter. Big hit. Gets it to the 24. Here comes Sam Darnold. We have not seen Jackson Smith and Jigba make any big plays yet. Number 1 wide receiver on the team has just not gotten any targets. We'll see if that changes. We'll see if he gets... Oh man, Kenneth Walker! Big play. Takes it almost 20 yards up the field. Goes from the 24 to the 43 on the first offensive play of the third quarter. And the Seahawks are coming out the gates quickly. Kenneth Walker again, but this time only going to get 2. Drake Greenlaw going to make a big play there. The Broncos, they've got to do something about... I almost said about Drake Greenlaw. They've got to do something about Kenneth Walker. They've got to start shutting him down. He's too much of a threat. Pressure there from the Broncos. Incomplete pass. Lead to 3rd and 8. Seahawks have been pretty good on 3rd down so far. Better than the Broncos have been. We'll see if they can continue that. Here we go. The pressure makes Darnold run, but it doesn't matter. Darnold to the 30, the 20, gets it to the 21. Oh my goodness. And the Broncos look lost. They were not prepared for Sam Darnold to start making Jalen Hurts-like plays in the backfield. He has been more of a threat rushing than even Kenneth Walker. And there it is, touchdown! MVS finds the end zone for the Seahawks. And Darnold has completely shattered this stone-cold defense. So quick. On and off the field in just, I believe it was just 4 plays. 5 plays even. Yes, 5 plays. 70 yards, 5 plays. Got into the end zone in just 1:30. For the Broncos' sake, you've got to hope that they've made some offensive adjustments and will do the same. They've got to fire back just as quickly. They at least got to put some points on the board. They got to get a touchdown here if they want to get back in this game. Oh. For a second there, I thought he was going to break the plane and it was going to be a race past the 50. But he is going to get some good field there. Ball to the 33. Remember the Seahawks, their first score started when they were on the 32-yard line. Broncos have a yard advantage here. And the last drive, they got into scoring position, but just they sputtered out and ran out of time. Oh man, not going down. But only a gain of 1. Could have been a gain of 4 if he would have went down where he caught it, but tried to make a play and ended up losing yardage. 2nd and 9 here. All alone in the backfield. Goes out of the pocket, looks, and he's sacked again. What are you doing, Bo? You gotta throw the ball away. Another mental error from Bo Nix. Couple of open receivers there. Directly in front of him, and he just is sacked for 8 yards. Was for 7 yards. Was 2nd and 9. Now it is 3rd and 16. Now they've got to make a huge play here. 16 plus. Bo Nix is in the backfield by himself. We'll see. Oh my goodness. The pressure was quick. McLaughlin doesn't head towards the sideline, and he stopped short. 4th and 2. McLaughlin. Didn't head towards the sideline. And he gets cut off before he can pass the first down marker. And the Seahawks now have a chance to make this a 3-score game and really put the Denver Broncos in a terrible situation. Man, these last 2 drives, Sam Darnold has just been a freak of nature. Fake handoff. Looks. Throws it to Kenneth. And it's a 3-yard gain. Jones on the tackle. .351 left on the clock and counting. 192 yards for the Seahawks. And the Broncos have barely broke 100. Kenneth Walker. Another big play there for a first down. You can see the frustration building here for the Broncos, as they just can't seem to get a hold on either Kenneth Walker or Sam Darnold here. Darnold tosses it. Big play to the tight end, Noah Fant. Oh, and some pushing and shoving after the play. But it doesn't matter, man. If you can't make the play, you can't be mad. You can only be mad at yourself for the error. Noah Fant on a huge pass play there. And they have driven it past the 30. They're on the 27. Looks, throws again. In tight coverage, and this time it's Cooper Kupp. The first catch as a Seahawk in Madden Bowl. Second and 1. Ball in the 18. To Cooper Kupp again. And it's another big gain. Drops it to the 9. A gain of 9. Scoring position here for the Seahawks. If they can score again, that's pretty tough for the Denver Broncos to come back from. Not impossible, man. Completely wide open, Cooper Kupp. 3 targets in a row. And Sam Darnold has his second. Wow. Wow. Cooper Kupp just Spider-Man'd that football. He just reached out and grabbed it like a catcher in baseball. What in the world? That might be one of the most impressive one-handed catches I've ever seen. It's not quite on the level of Odell Beckham, but that is still like... That was an impressive catch. It looked like a reverse shovel pass. Man, the Seahawks are just doing some nasty business to the Denver Broncos defense right now. And Bo Nix and the Broncos offense, they have got to get something rolling. They have to. This is must get a touchdown situation now. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You cannot wait for the fourth quarter. You've got to come back. Oh, man. Locked up at the 28. We'll see what adjustments they've made and if they work. A surprisingly clean game from both teams. No turnovers so far. And hopefully for the Broncos, they don't deliver their first. Toss to Evan Ingram. Chunk play for 8. It's a good start to the drive. They've got to keep it up, though. They have to keep that pressure up. Second and 2. Ball in the 36. A handoff to McLaughlin. Finally! Some speed! And McLaughlin chops it down to the 43. McLaughlin's got to feel good about that play. Looks. Toss to McLaughlin. Ooh! Big hit there. Just freaking stuffs him at the 10. Or not at the 10. At the 43. Second and 10. 25 and counting. The pressure coming. You've got to run. Here he goes. Slides. First down. Ball at the 29. That's what you got to do. The Broncos have got to keep that up. They've got to score here, drop it down to an 11-point game. It's the end of the third quarter, though. Bad news for the Broncos. They're down 21-3. They still have a chance. But man, they are down by 3 scores. They have got to get, 17 more points? No, they've got to get 18 more points to tie it. Overthrown. They've got to score 3 touchdowns to take the lead. So they can go up 24-21. It's not impossible. They have a stellar defense. Broncos look. Toss to Valet. First down. And finally brought down at the 16. He's been the sure hand for Bo Nix today. Him and Evan Ingram. We haven't seen Cortland Sutton or Marvin Mims make many plays today. I don't think we've called Cortland Sutton's name at all today. I think Marvin Mims has only had 1 target, and it was overthrown. Fake handoff to McLaughlin. Gets 6 on the play. And it's Woolen on the tackle. At the 9-yard line, a minute has gone. 2nd and 2. This drive is getting drawn out here. Looks. Woo! Hit as he throws. And McLaughlin is stopped short. At 3rd and 1. I will be keeping records and stats and a toss to Marvin Mims. possibly his first catch of the game for a first down. But I will be keeping a track of records and stats and statistics throughout the Madden Bowl. Keep up with who's leading in passing yards and rushing yards, who's being the best defensively. I will be keeping up with that, and I will be posting the results on the YouTube. On the YouTube? Good Lord, I sound like a freaking boomer. Estime on the play there. Shut down pretty completely there. Not getting very far. Second and goal. They've got to score. 2 minutes have gone now. This drive is getting drawn out for too long. They've got to score. Bo Nix, he's trying to make a play, but oh my goodness. He just looked lost in the backfield, and Ernest Jones made him pay for it. They said, "You're going to look lost back there? Well, don't worry. I will find you." And man, did he. Big hit. A loss of a yard. And it's 3rd and goal now. Taking way too long to get this score. They're locking him up. Evan Ingram falls at the 3-yard line. You've got to go for it. This deep into the game, you got to go for the touchdown. You're down by too much. They may be sending in Nope, the animation tricked me. Here we go. Handoff. McLaughlin scores. Touchdown Broncos. Jaleel McLaughlin. The Seahawks held tight, but they finally break. But my goodness. The Seahawks, I mean, even though they gave up the touchdown, the Seahawks defense did a great job at chewing that clock up. We got 4.5 minutes of offense there from the Broncos. And I mean, that is more than half of a quarter. I mean, at that rate, the Seahawks, all they got to do is play consistent offense, and they can just chew the clock up, win the game. Go ahead and leave. Go home. We'll see what they do. Let's see if they try to put it away with a score, or if they just try to chew it away and just make the Denver Broncos bleed it out. Woo! Big hit. 92. Sam Darnold has had gosh dang, he has had a good game today. If you watch that first half, you watch that first quarter with these two teams, you would have thought, it would have been maybe 14-3, maybe 10-3. But man, the Seahawks have just really made some adjustments later into the second quarter, and man, they have just not looked back. They have not been stopped since. They get stuffed on the run. 2nd and 10 with 3:38 left on the clock. Handoff to Kenneth Walker. Oh my goodness, almost butt fumbled. Ran directly into his lineman and is shut down. 3rd and 10. This could spell trouble. This could spell trouble. The Broncos, they get a stop here. They have to punt. And the offense takes the field. They could chop it down to 4 points. But at that point, we're at 250. And it's shut down. 4th and 7. They're only going to have 2 minutes. I really think the last drive for the Broncos, I really think that may have been what lost them this game. See, even if they drive it down the field in a minute, the Seahawks are going to have a ball. And that's only going to be a minute left on the clock. They've got to make a big play immediately. And then they've got to really make some big plays defensively, or they've got to get a turnover. It's not impossible by any means. It's very doable. Especially seeing there haven't been any turnovers in this game, but man, they have got to go hard and they have got to score fast. Let's see what the Broncos do here. Looks, tosses to McLaughlin. Hit. 153 is the yardage there for Bo Nix, and I mean, that statistic says it all. They don't have much of a running game going for them, and they've held their main enforcer on the offense to just 153 passing yards. The Seahawks, wow! What a catch from Evan Ingram. It was only for about 2 or 3 yards there, but man, talk about putting in the effort. But I started to say, the Seahawks, they seen the weakness in the Broncos offense, and man, woo! They have just exploited it, and they have made them pay for it offensively. 1:30 left in the game. It's 21-10. Shotgun, looks. Gonna run out of the pocket. Throws, and it's way out of bounds. Not even close to a receiver. It's 3rd and 3, folks. 3rd and 3. Looks, throws, oh my goodness. Just a little higher and we could have had a touchdown. Throw it a little higher and Valet could have, Valet. He could have been gone into the end zone. Just a little too low, and now it's 4th and 3. You gotta go for it. You have to go for it. Looking, throws, easy play to Ingram. Oh, sorry, not to Ingram, Valet. His 3rd catch for 50 yards. I mean, Valet he's done amazing. Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims have practically been irrelevant in this game so far. Bo Nix has had to solely rely on Evan Ingram and Valet. 1:16. This defense is just making them bleed. They are bleeding it out, folks. And the Seahawks, their defense has really come into they really came into this game prepared. They really made the Broncos work for it, but they've got 50 seconds left. Bo Nix looks, throws across his shoulder and out of bounds. 3rd and 1. 48 left on the clock. You're down by 2 touchdowns. I mean, even with 48 seconds left, it's not impossible. Chunk play here, throw it into the end zone, score a touchdown here. Oh, speaking of, Valet breaks the plane. Down to the 38. They've only got 1 timeout left. They've got to hurry it up. 30 seconds and counting. They're taking too long. Throws. Touchdown. Valet. The Broncos. Devon Valet scores a touchdown here in Mile High. That's something else. The Seahawks have come into very dangerous territory. Mile High is one of the toughest stadiums to play football. And they have just looked flawless. Almost. They're going for 2. Make it 18-21. Handoff. He gets it! Dives! They got it done in 1:47. Onside kick. You've got to go onside kick here. How amazing would it be for the very first onside kick in the Madden Bowl to get recovered by the offense for a score? That would be amazing. We'll see if it can be done. Here we go. To decide the game. Scooped up. Seahawks ball. With 15 left. And I believe we can say this is game, set, match, folks. Unless the Seahawks start getting greedy. Just got to start taking the knee here. There it is, victory formation. And the Seattle Seahawks. Broncos are just going to, they're going to make it hurt. They got to make sure that it hurts when they lose today. But the Seattle Seahawks, they are gonna win the game. The Seahawks come in and beat up on the Broncos, and they are gonna pull out the win. 21-18 is the final score of the very first Madden Bowl game. The Seahawks move on to the second round, and they will play the winners of the, I believe it's the not the Bills. I believe they'll play the winners of the Dolphins or the Rams. I'll have to look at my tournament real quick. Yes, the Seahawks move on to round 2, and they'll play the winners of the Seahawks and the Rams. Big game here. We'll look at the stats before we go. Take some pictures for my statistics later to write down. I mean, completion wise, they did amazing. Both over 80. Sam Darnold almost 90% on completion percentage. Bo Nix ended up getting pretty big game yardage wise, pretty decent game yardage wise, and finally got a touchdown. It was in garbage time, but I mean, Bo Nix, he can't say he didn't try. Mental errors, that was the loser of this game. And I mean, man, the Seahawks, they won this game for sure. They went out and they played their hearts out. Sam Darnold, he got less than 150 yards passing, got 2 touchdowns, but man, he won this game on his legs. This man just lit the field up with rushing yards. Went 14 for 16 on passes. Kenneth Walker got 61 yards and a touchdown. McLaughlin got 43 on 11 carries. Sam Darnold, though, got more rushing yards than Jaleel McLaughlin on less carries. He had the most yards per carry. My word. Sam Darnold, he really came out and lit the field up offensively. Devon Vele, I don't really know how to say his name. Vele? Devon Vele, he had a really good game today, 91 yards in the pass game. MVS, he was definitely the number one wide receiver for Sam Darnold today. 53 yards on 3 catches and a touchdown. He looked really good. And Cooper Kupp, late in the game, he finally started making some plays and even scored that game-sealing touchdown. I mean, he didn't get any target, not even one singular target in the first half. But man, those 3 throws, he caught every single one and just made them count. He made those 3 catches count, got 30 yards, and just locked it up. Defensively, Tyrese Knight did really good. 6 solo tackles, and so did Ernest Jones. And Dre Greenlaw was definitely the player on defense for the Broncos. And I mean, folks, that's it. That is it for Game 1. Game 2, I will start live here in just a couple of minutes. Just got to set it up, get ready, and we will move on to Game 2, which will be the Philadelphia Eagles playing at New Orleans Stadium, the Superdome. The New Orleans Saints versus the Philadelphia Eagles will be Game 2, and I will see you there.